Everybody ready?
Yeah.
No, there we go.
Coach, the one thing that really stood out in the Virginia Tech game was the rebounding. You had 3 guys with 9 and 1 with 7. I mean, your post players really did the job.
Yeah, I think it was a 20 rebound differential from the first game. Couple reasons. One, we were really dialed into it, but our defense was really good in terms of eliminating any type of penetration. And when you control the ball and keep the ball in front of you, you're able to maintain your position and you rebound better. I thought also on the offensive end, because of our movement, especially in the first half, we were able to get some avenues to offensive rebound because we had their defense scrambled up a little bit. So, again, the rebounding, we have the ability to be a very good rebounding team, and sometimes when we set our mind to it, we're able to prove it.
You talked about probably not being able to stop Eric Green, but you wanted to make him really work for it, and it seems like that's what you did.
Well, he had to take 20 shots, and we made him work for everything, as evidenced by what happened at the end of the game. But in the half court, there was only 2 or 3 times that he got really clean looks. He scored a good amount. I think he made, 9 for 20. So he made, I think 2 baskets against our half-court defense, and the other 7 were kind of in transition situations. So I thought Mufon did an unbelievable job, and sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit on the offensive end, and I thought Mufon did that. I think he had not as good offensive performance as we need him to have, but he was so dialed in and did a great job defensively, even to the point where, a couple of his fouls were just out of, trying to make sure he didn't touch the ball. So he did a good job. And then Brandon Reed was the other defender that guarded him, and I thought, he did a good job as well.
Yeah, Brandon, coming off the bench, had a very good all-around game. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 points.
He and that makes us a different team. When we have him and Cam coming off the bench and giving us a big lift, we're a much different team, much better team. And as the season, ends to the second half now in the league, we need that for sure.
The other player that you noticed you did a better job on this game was Barksdale too. 1.4 rebounds.
I thought our big guys did a really good job. Making Rain score over or through us, keeping them all off the glass, and they did a good job on Barksdale. They went with a kind of a smaller lineup at times because of trying to stretch our defense a little bit, but I thought Robert and Cam in particular, defending a guy that's a good player that has hurt us in the past, really helped us out.
Your free throw shooting was at your best, to say the least. What can you do? I imagine you're trying different things, but how do you try to address that beyond just?
Well, yeah, it's always a touchy subject because you don't want to get into the guy's head and all that stuff. So we're just trying to shoot a lot of them in practice, in between, the practices, and having guys shoot extra at the end of practice, different things like that. It's an Achilles heel for us right now. We should be a better free throw shooting team. Some guys who are good shooters aren't shooting the ball well from the free throw line. So it's important that we continue to work on that.
What to you is acceptable percentage for
for as a team,
right.
any team that shoots over 70% is a good free throw shooting team. I think we have a bunch of guys that should be in the 75 range, and they're in the 65 range.
Right.
My theory is always you shoot 10 percentage points less in a game than you do in practice. So our goal every day in practice is for everybody to shoot over 80%.
They usually happen.
Yeah,
right.
it does. And there's a time or two where maybe guys don't shoot as well, but for the most part, there's a 80% clip. Every time we go to the free throw line, if you don't shoot 80%, you're on the line running after that particular section of free throws. And for the most part, we don't have a lot of guys running. So, again, we just gotta keep working on it and step up to the line with confidence and knock them down.
Usually like 10 at a time or 20?
I usually go in terms of 5 minutes breaks in between. We always shoot them when we're tired after we've gone. And then at the end of practice, usually shoot 25 to 50, depending on the time. And we've been charting those a lot more over the last 3 weeks. So, then you do different things during practice where, obviously the line is 80%, but if there's 2 guys at a basket and you're shooting, whoever shoots the worst has another sprint if he didn't get over 80. So there's, just trying to keep the guys focused and concentrated when they're up there.
Last couple of weeks, you've had the quick turnarounds between games. This week, a little different. You have that extra day. Do you do anything different practice-wise?
Well, the one thing is we have an extra day heading into the first game, and then we go Thursday night, and then Saturday afternoon, and then Tuesday. What time is that game? Midnight again?
Coach isn't a big fan of these TV-based schedules, huh?
It's just so today will be a light day, and then we'll do our normal 2-day prep, and then a 1-day prep, and then light 2-day prep for Tuesday night. So, today we'll guys, we'll get a lot of film work in over the next couple of days, and today we'll just get a sweat going and get some shots up and work on some offensive stuff.
First time against Clemson, Rob and Daniel only combined for 7 rebounds. So I guess that's one area where you feel like you're going to do a lot better this time around.
So you hope, because we need those guys with more than 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
They really hurt us on the offensive glass, in particular in that first half. It's a point of emphasis. If defense gets stops, you got to finish the possession with a rebound. And again, that allows us to get out and run. And you were at the game that first half. We were pushing the ball, and that's we're still at our best when we do that, and we need to continue to do that and make good decisions while we do that.
You talk